A very good evening and welcome to the final of the Rums of Puerto Rico Men's Las Vegas Open here at the Rio All Suites Hotel and Casino in lovely Las Vegas. We started with 96, just two remain. The Slayer, Lee Van Corteza, against the Black Tiger, Carlo Biado. We're playing 10 ball. It's still best of 3 sets, races to 4. It's call shot, of course, and calling the shots with me for this one is the Iceman, Mika Immonen. Now, I hope I got that right because there was a certain guy who used to get your name wrong all the time. Is that right, Mika?
Hey, Mark. Nice to be here with you. Yeah, not too bad. You did a decent job at that. I know some have known to have butchered it a few times. John McDonald being one of them. I'm not
Yeah,
sure
that's
if you
what
were
I was referring to. Yeah, so look, Lee Van Corteza against Carlo Biado. A little bit of a surprise, maybe, Mika?
Yeah, I mean, when I was looking at the quarterfinals, there was a lot of top-notch Europeans, and an FSR came off like a unbelievable match against Fedor, and he was a heavy favorite going the next match, and I guess Carlo had different opinions about that. And just it's a bit shocking to see these two guys, even though they're of course champions in their own right. But two Filipino legends, basically.
Yeah, and we'll tell you more about them very, very soon. They are legends, and hi to everyone in the Philippines. I'm sure there's a big audience there. It's a good time of the day over there in the Philippines. Mabuhay to all of you over there, guys.
Yeah,
So the
it's a
first break off.
morning in the Philippines, and not a bad way to wake up to two of your champions in the final. You can't lose.
Yeah, and they've also got a representative, Mika, in the women's final as well. Cheska Centino, what a revelation she's been of late. As we see, beautiful cut shot there on the one ball. So describe the table here, Mika. You fancy this layout?
Yeah, this is. I don't know if the 2 goes in the corner, but if he does, he's in good shape to run out here. And I think he can manage to get squeaked by the 5 ball there. Yeah. Have to cheat the pocket a little bit, as you can see. But well executed.
Yeah, 2022 US Open champion. Beat Aloysius Yap in that memorable final after Yap had beaten Shane Van Bonen, of course.
Yes. Here it's critical to get perfect shape on the 5 because the 7, you can only peg it in the bottom left.
Black Tiger, 40 years old. He doesn't look 40, does he? I want some of what he's eating, Mika.
Yeah, well, look, I mean, Corteza still looks like a young gun himself, and I think he's older than Carlo.
Yeah, he's 4 years older. Yeah, 4 years older, Lee Van Corteza, named after the famous cowboy actor Lee Van Cleef. His parents were a fan, and he's one of 5 brothers. Imagine that.
I love that.
Out. 4 brothers, Mika.
I'm a big fan of those spaghetti westerns, Sergio Leone.
Yeah.
The good, the bad, and the ugly, right?
Yeah, I'm not going to say who's who.
No, I wasn't referring to these guys at all, but that's a legendary movie.
It certainly is.
All right, Carlo off to a running start. He's navigated this rack superbly.
Good way to start. Now, Carlo's route to this final, Mika, all began with Sina Valizadeh from Iran, and then Wu Kunlin was his next victim, Alex Pagulayan, now Canadian, of course. He went by the wayside also. Chang Junglin was another victim, and in the quarterfinals, Tyler Steyer. Tyler actually took the first set in that match, but he came back, and then, of course, the one you just referred to, Francisco Sanchez Ruiz in the semi-final, after FSR served up a donut to Fedor. I mean, he was just outstanding. You commentated on that one, didn't you? What a fun match that was.
Yeah, it was a total clinic. And you wouldn't expect FSR to lose 2-0 after such a performance. But here we are. Carlo just obviously knew what tricks to use, and he's earned his seat in the final, and is off to a good start, clearing that first run. That one ball was a nice thin cut.
Yeah, winner breaks. So he will continue. We've not had many sets run in this format. I believe you are one of them, though, to do it, Mika.
Yeah. I think that happened against the Dutch Mark. I can't pronounce his last name.
Bijsterbosch, yeah. Nor can I, but I'll butcher it for you. Bijsterbosch.
I prefer, when Tim says it, but it's hard to repeat. Like most words, Dutch words.
Made a ball on the break. Look at that 5-ball hanging. So a chance then for Lee Van to open his account after that dry break.
Yeah, had to go for a bank shot. It's really nicely done there, and he's got a chance to change things up here, because now he could play the 2-ball off the 9 and then clear the trouble there in the corner. And I would like to see him do that.
Yeah, lays good, doesn't it?
You could play it off the 6 too, and then carom the 9 later. But you want to get something done there just to change things up a little bit. But it's perfect angle.
Just as you said, done it perfectly.
Yeah.
Nicknamed the Slayer.
Levan is definitely a very smart, strategic player.
So there's that combo that you referred to.
Yeah, I might even go rail first and just create a little bit angle on both balls, so that you can get unless you can rail first definitely, and just come up a little bit. Both balls go in a similar direction, but is he hampered by the 7? No, looks good.
He might just be okay.
I feel like he overhit that a little bit, but he's okay, especially with a 5 just hanging by the side.
Wow, what a shot that is. Unlucky, not on the 6.
Well, as we can see, he was hooked by the 7, and then now he's got another dilemma. May have to just slow roll this. Oh, he's opted for speed. good work here. It's just he's not out of the woods.
It's getting harder.
And he produced another bank. Seems like his offense is on. Oh, he's cut it straight in.
Cut it in.
Whew. Showing great confidence here.
Beginning to see, Mika, why he's reached the final. I mean, he's pulling off some amazing shots to keep this run out going, isn't he? Incredible stuff.
Yep. Looks like we're in for a treat.
Yeah, and let's not forget, they're playing for big prize money, $30,000. And to put that into perspective, it's 1.7 million Filipino pesos. We might as well use that currency because, well, that's how they're going to be spending it. Big money.
Yeah. He can have a sigh of relief getting out of that rack.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I noticed something there. Carlo Biado at the end of that rack was tapping his leg in appreciation. That really was somehow. I'm sure when Carlo left the table, he thought, well, I don't think he's going to run this rack out. And it was that first shot, wasn't it? The one where he opened up the balls, which he called, and he played it off the six, opened everything
the
up.
Bank, and then the 2 off the 6, and then, you know, got a little trouble with the hooking himself on the 4 ball with the 7, and then banked it in, and then he ended up kicking the other one, and then thin slice. He just was pulling all the stops, and yeah, he's got a lot of arsenal, this guy.
He's shooting from the hip, and he'll be shooting the first shot as well. Got the break cue ready. The referee got those balls nice and tight. Here we go then. Nicely poised 1-1 in the final of this year's Rums of Puerto Rico Las Vegas Men's Open. Race to 4. 3 sets.
Yeah, that last out was one of the toughest outs I've seen. It wasn't like all pretty and perfect position, but you know, it was just he kept producing the shot after the other. And now this has come dry.
Yeah, and there's a path through, is there, Mika, to the 1 ball. 4 ball is the, you could say, the potential banana skin in this particular rack.
Yeah, I believe he's got the 1, but it is a tricky out. May have to pull a little touch of left just to catch it a little thinner and reverse throw. Oh no, he didn't have the shot. He's caught the point as well.
Oh, does he pay it? He's just showing us where he wanted it. Wanted to miss the knuckle of that draw of the pocket and just come past the 9 ball. Now, does he play this off the back of the 7, Mika? Is that possible? Does he play the combo and move the 4 out? What would you do here?
You know, there's great rewards in playing the combination and moving the 4 ball. And the way he's been shooting so far, I don't see any fear in him. But it hasn't turned out that great. Unless there's a dead combination in the other corner, he can maybe throw it if they're frozen. He might still have that. Well, the 1 ball's tricky anyway. But I see him kicking this in.
Yeah, this is a hanger, isn't it?
Okay, he's playing safe because maybe it's because of the 4-8 tied up. It doesn't. The offense is not very rewarding, is it?
Great shot.
Yeah. And if they weren't tied up, I think he would have kicked it in because of the position of the two.
Yeah,
That's
he's a
great.
bit of a perfectionist, and he's pointing where he wanted it there. Look, Mika just didn't get it quite tight enough. The object is to cut off as many rails as possible, isn't it, when you're hooking your opponent?
Yeah, he wanted to squeeze it between the rail there, just completely in jail, but, you know, Carl's got not a big window, but something to work with. Look how he curved that. That's brilliant.
Unbelievable. He's left it though. He's cut
Not hard
in,
enough.
and is there an angle?
Yeah, there's a perfect angle to go into the cluster. I'm sure Levon's going to take advantage of this. Oh dear.
Scratch.
He just overcut the one, and that created a different angle for the cue ball, and he scratched inside. Caught it just a little bit skinny, didn't he?
Yeah, and didn't get he actually caught the near point of the pocket,
Different
didn't he?
tangent line.
Could have played it a lot thicker. Yeah, yeah.
Yep. He knows it. That being said,
So the
cluster wasn't broken, so he's still got work to do for Carlo.
Nice angle here. Draw off the short rail. Right hand spin into that 4. Here it comes.
Yeah, nice job. Hasn't left it super easy, but it's favored to make it. Check side, maybe.
Oh, he's hit that thick, hasn't he? Maybe the
Oh, yeah.
right hand spin pushed the cue ball into the 4 ball, which is why he hit it thick. So a chance here, Mika, for Levan to take the lead.
Yeah, big chance. Like I said, it was a tough shot, but I thought he was a favorite to make it, and he just caught it a little full because of this, spin, and he, it didn't account for the so much deflection there, or just still early jitters, maybe.
Yeah, Levan looks to have settled the better of the two slightly. If he can knock this 6 in, get on the 8 ball, could be looking at a 2-1 lead for Levan in this final.
Yeah, for sure.
Plays a very simple game, doesn't he, Mika? Levan doesn't really do too much crazy drawing and stuff. He's kind of gets in shape and makes the balls.
Yeah, it's definitely a testament to his position play. It just makes it look easy, simple. He's a little thinner than he wanted to be here, and he again came with that boyish grin, but he can recover just as well.
So this 10 ball goes in. We're going to nip out for a very quick break, guys, but we will be back with this enthralling final in double quick time. So don't go away. Join Mika Imminent and myself, Mark White, after a very short break.
Francesca Centeno, Women's World Pinball Champion.
A 9-0 win over Ali Fisher.
Shane Pandoni, our World 8-ball champion.
The Wisconsin Open Champion.
Joshua Tiller.
Happy for him, and also he's played great all week, hasn't he?
Michigan Champion for the second time in a row.
Victor Solinsky goes back-to-back in Vegas.
Junior Championship.
Yannick Bungers is our new world champion, under 19.
Wisconsin Women's Open Champion.
Puerto Rican Open Women's 10-ball champion. Team Germany, our world team champions.
Well, some absolutely fabulous memories there. I'm sure Mika remembers some of those as well. All the champions over the years. Carlo Biado, of course, was champion in Puerto Rico, beating Daniel Maciel. Back with Lee Van Corteza and Mika Immonen here with me in the booth.
Yes. And see another dry break. He really crushed it. Controlled the cue ball nicely, but nothing in.
Just explain to viewers, Mika, from a pro's point of view, why is this 10-ball break so difficult? What makes it such a difficult break as opposed to, say, the 9-ball break?
Well, it's just for one, it is, we're using a traditional triangle, so you can't predict if it's going to be a exactly perfect rack, and you're not allowed to inspect it either, so there's always going to be a little bit of variable there, and that's just definitely the main reason. And then sometimes, that being said, you know, breaking from the middle, if you don't produce a ball on the break, I feel like the sellout percentages are higher than breaking from the side. But you know, here they're breaking from the side, and the main objective is playing the one ball in the opposite side where you're breaking from. Yeah, it's tricky, and I think that it makes it a good format actually, since it's short races, and you don't want to have it too easy of a break.
Yeah, I mentioned you earlier. You're one of the few players, I think there's 4 players that have done it in the history of this particular format, have run sets out. Not many have done it. So it's a testament to how difficult the break actually is, right?
Yeah, definitely. And the table, it's a demanding, you know, the pockets are cut tight, and they don't take a whole lot of, you know, you can't cheat the pocket too much with speed. So it's easy to rattle the balls if you get a little bit out of line and put too much speed. And I think I like that fact. It puts more emphasis on better position play and accuracy. And I know some other tables are a little bit more generous in that sense.
Carlo Biado with the very famous now wiggling finger. There was actually a snooker player that used to do that back in the 80s. Tony Mio. I don't know if you remember Tony Mio. I've heard of Tony Mio, Mika.
It rings a bell. I've seen a few. I mean, even Alex Pagulayan does a little wiggle every now and then.
I think Alex Pagulayan wiggles everything, doesn't he, when he plays this game? He's a right little energy monster.
True. Must be just such a subconscious thing that he's doing with the finger. He's just so used to it, you know, getting a feel for the shot.
Just looks so easy, doesn't he? Very easy on the eye to watch, nice and smooth, and never gets flustered. Levels it up 2-2. Both players have shown Mika why they're in the final. They're both now firing on all cylinders, and it should be an intriguing final. Best of 3 sets, the same as the rest of the single elimination side of it. So, without going into too much detail, Mika, how are you feeling and what's next for you?
Well, I'm feeling good, considering you know, I'm going through some chemotherapy. I just did my 5th round a couple days ago, and it's still sort of in process. I mean, it's like the first couple days are kind of easier than the third, but I'm feeling okay, considering. And my CT scan last week came out pretty good. I don't want to jinx it, but it looks like I'm responding to the treatments well. So that's as far as I'm gonna go into that.
Good to hear, mate.
Yeah, thank you for asking, Mark.
Dry break. You're welcome, mate. You know, you've got the support of the pool community. I think they've been fantastic, and I'm sure that helps as well. Social media, big, like another man in your corner, isn't it, so to speak? So good luck with it, and keep going, keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, I do truly appreciate the outpouring of love and support, and you know, even some of the monetary support, of course, has been instrumental in everything. It's all very holistic, and definitely being a great moral boost all the way.
Well, moral boost for the winner of this particular rack will be 3 racks, and that means on the hill. Who's it going to be? First chance for Levan Corteza.
Yeah, we've seen them both break so well, but without any balls in. So it's kind of just, you know, you're never sure on the break what's happening, and we could just as well we could see Levan if he clears this and then break dry, and we could see a hill in the first set. So wait and see, I guess. I'm not sure what the percentages are on the break in general.
This rack of this problem could be the 6 ball. I'm not sure if it goes, Mika, into one of the corner pockets down there past the 10. Didn't quite see.
Yeah, I feel like it does. And if it doesn't, he would just go into this cluster here a little bit, just nudge it, and still have an okay shot on the 5. But I think it goes. Question here is just getting nicely to the 5.
Did just have a little glance at it on the way through. This will tell us, I guess, the way he plays this shot. So it does go, I think.
Yeah, that's perfect. Oh, just a little bit of a top right. Not too much. Just maintain a bit of an angle on the 6. You don't want to get too straight.
Just a bit straighter maybe on the 7 than he is now.
Yeah.
Would be an okay angle.
For the 7 ball, I think the goal is to get dead straight.
Something like that.
Looks good to me. Yeah. You could just draw back. Might a little short there though. Timid. He's gonna slice it in.
It's the right
back
word.
Forth. No problem there. Perfect angle on the 9.
Perfect on the 9, Mika. What a judgment as pace that was.
Yeah, beautiful recovery from a little thin position on 8. And he went close to the side, I guess.
Yeah, some oohs and ahs from the packed audience, but he's okay. Little smile from Lee Van himself. There is the 10 ball. So Lee Van Corteza first to the hill in this first set of a possible 3. And his route to the final, Aloysius Yap, was his first, well, one of his first victims. He also beat Max Martinez in round 1. Then lost to Fedor Gorst actually in the winners' qualification. Went through the losers' side. He beat Sullivan Clark from New Zealand. And then fellow Filipino Roland Garcia was next to fall in the last 32. And then wins over Skylar Woodward, Alex Kazakis, and then a huge win over, in my eyes, one of the real men in form at the moment, Ko Ping Chung. He beat him in straight sets, Mika, in the semi-final.
Yeah, that's a strong performance for both of them. They went straight sets and against their respective opponents.
Looks like he's just picked up that cue out the rack somewhere. Who knows, he might even have found it that way. That's how I found my first cue, in a rack. And I bought it off the owner for £5, Mika. I just loved it.
That's a good deal. He's now Levin's got a ball in the break finally, but then nothing. You can't see to make this 2 ball. And what's the safety play here? I kind of like going up and down with a 2 ball and maybe play inside English with the cue ball behind the 3. And that's one way to, unless he's looking to play it off the 7 into the side, because you know, there's a couple of guiders there. I guess he's going for the offensive.
Two ball, side pocket. Oh, this is brilliant.
Yeah, but no position on the 3. Yeah, I'm surprised he went into the 6 there, because I thought it was going to go short rail and maybe into the 9. I'm wondering if he can stun the 3 across 2 rails and then not, you know, keep the cue ball floating forward a little bit behind the 9.
He has called the cross corner bank as a precautionary measure, but I think he's playing the shot you said, or maybe he's coming back behind the 6. No, he's going the other way.
That way. That's good. That's a great shot. It's so close to the ball too. There's no jump. Nicely done, Leyland.
Well, I wonder, would Fedor or FSR have a jump at this? I mean, some of the jump shots they were playing last night in the match you commentated on were incredible, weren't they? The quality of their jumping, yeah. Mika.
I feel like this would be tall Oreo to jump. He's playing a kick bank here, just in case he's called the corner. How close was that? incredible effort.
And it all started with the magician, Efren Batareyas. They've all learnt their craft in one way or another, haven't they, from Efren? And he's well known for his amazing kicks, as are a lot of the Filipinos. That's why you'll see them kicking a lot more than you see them jumping. Really are masters at it.
Watch
Oh,
out,
he's
sudden.
lost the cue ball.
Yeah, he was trying to be on the other side of it, but I think he's okay now, though. Bit of a scare there for a moment.
He's got kind of a unique kind of style, Levan. If you walked into a pool room in Manila and saw him playing, you know, just a couple of glimpses of him, you might think, I fancy my chances against him. And all of a sudden, you're a few pesos down, Mika. I know you've spent some time in Manila. What makes the pool scene so great there?
Well, it's just they start early, and you know they play hard for the cash. You know, it's just it's ingrained in their spirit, their fighting spirit and attitude. They have that fighting spirit, which I admire. And great shot makers and all the imagination. Right?
Yeah, and it's something you're well known for, your grit and determination. You've won some battles in the past. Hall of Famer, of course. Player of the Decade. You've won everything, haven't you, at this amazing game?
Well, not quite everything, but yeah, a few titles up my sleeve.
I'll tell you one title you do hold, which a lot of people might not know about, but I'm sure they're familiar with the very famous rack of you versus Chris Melling in the 8-ball. It's had well over, I think it's 17 million views now. 17 million people have seen you sat in your chair in that famous rack. And the first set goes to Levan Corteza by 4 racks to 2. He's in command of this final.
I'll tell you a little bit more. A more pleasant memory of any game was me beating Levan Corteza in the World 10-ball Finals 2009 in Manila, mind you. So that was a little bit more fond memory in pool game here.
Okay, guys, we're going to nip out for a very short break, and we'll be back with a second set after a little bit of halftime entertainment. Welcome back. Well, it wasn't quite Lady Gaga or Usher, but it was a nice little trip around this amazing Rio All Suites Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, home to over 300 tables at the moment with the CSI BCA leagues going on as well, in addition to 5 amazing pro events also, this being the first, the men's Las Vegas Open final. Ivan Corteza taking the first set. With me in the booth is the legend from Finland, the Iceman himself, Mika Immonen. Welcome back, Mika.
Hello, Mark. Good to be here. That first set, you know, they both played well. I felt like it could have gone either way, but, you know, I think at the end, it was Levan's creative offense and defense put together was earned him that first set.
And the 2-ball into the side off the 7 sticks out, and then the great safety shot that he played to create the opening to run that rack.
Yeah.
2 big memories.
Carlos taking that bank on, and understandably, but it went a little wide, a little bit more slide than he expected. And he's left leaving a thin cut on the 1. I believe it's makeable. Can he slow the cue ball down enough to play the 2-ball off the 8 in the side? And that would open up the rack.
Okay. Would you risk it?
Yeah, you have to worry about
is,
where the
Mika?
8's going with the 3, but I feel like it's a worthy thing to do, because you need to solve the problem with the 7, 8. And why not? Unless he sees something else, can you carry him the 8 later? Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
there was the problem.
Felt like he should have hit it a little harder, even, just to. But that's a chance I guess he had to take. Just misjudged it, maybe.
Well, bank is on maybe, Mika, here, across side.
Yeah, he's favorite to make the bank. But safety is also an option if he's not feeling the rails, like he's just missed the corner bank. So I don't know if he's could be a little bit more on the defense side now. And that's brilliant. 1.
That's how important it is, isn't it, to really glue that cue ball behind the intervening ball. Cut off a couple of rails at least. And this isn't easy to hit, is it?
No, there's nothing easy here. I'm not even sure what the escape here is. You can't even tie up the balls. Like, yeah, a little check side there, but still tricky to judge. And he's done well to hit it, but obviously bit maybe even unlucky to scratch.
Good solid hit. Unfortunately for him, lost the cue ball. So big chance now for Carlo to get off to a good start. He did win the first rack in the first set.
Yeah, this format is it is kind of brutal because they're short sets, and you know. But it's nice to get off to a lead. Obviously, I don't see any trouble here. This is the critical shot. I feel like he landed a little short on the draw there, and it's more angle than necessary.
Yeah, my observation of Carlo early on in this final, he's just lacking that little touch occasionally. He's just falling slightly out of position, which creates a problem on the next shot as well. Once again, he's very thin on this, but should be okay. You coming past the side pocket here, Mika, with the cue ball?
It's, I think he has to, yeah. Just the nice, just go for the first diamond past the side and just try to tone down the cue ball speed. It's going to get close to the 7 maybe. And he's cheated the pocket just perfectly for that shot.
Referee, part of the EPBF, the European Pocket Billiards Federation, have teamed up with Predator to officiate in all the PBS events going forward, and he does look like an imposing character, doesn't he, that one? I wouldn't be arguing with him, Mika.
Mm-hmm. It's a solid run from Carlo.
Black
Let's see
Tiger
if they can
pouncing.
produce something. Yeah, on the break. Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, this is the first event of 5. It's a packed 10 days here at the Rio All Suites in Las Vegas. As we look at some of the stats, anything that stands out there for you, Mika?
Well, look at the safety efficiency of Levan. I mean, it's pretty staggering numbers there. Interesting.
Yeah, and
It's a lot
that
of
comes
things
up
to look at.
against. Yeah, it is, isn't it? But just going back to that safety efficiency, I mean, Carlo Biado is well known, isn't he, for his amazing safety and kicking ability. So that's a really big number there for Levan Corteza to be outdoing him on, so to speak. Now he needs to get this break working, doesn't he?
True. He's changed the position a little bit towards the middle. Let's see if he can get something going here. And still nothing.
One of the worst sights you see in pool is the dejected player agonisingly walking back to his chair after a dry break and seeing that your opponent has a go at the lowest number ball on. Now then, will he be going at this, Mika, or is it just a safety?
Well, the way he's been shooting, I definitely think he's going for it. Can he like kiss into the 5 ball and slow the cue ball down? He's done that, but is he behind the 3?
Yeah, and this is one of those instances where you definitely need to jump rather than kick, because there's a good chance of making this. This is like a hanger to most people.
Yep, and the 3 ball's just there by the side, so it's like position's automatic. You just focus on making the ball, and it's a comfortable distance to that the ball they have to jump over. It's perfect for this type of jump. Pretty shocking to see him miss that though.
Yeah, I think that's a testament to not really jumping that often, preferring to kick, but it is one of them situations where you really needed to jump that, and to be honest, he should have made it, right?
Yeah, he was always a favorite to make it, and some other players would probably make it like 99% of the time. So that's why I was shocked. But let's see how Carlo can navigate here. He's got a tricky out, especially with the 5 ball. He has to get perfect on the 4.
What does he do? Float over off the floor, just past the 6, in between the 6 and the 5, and play it in this bottom left? How are you playing this one, Mika?
It's tricky. I mean, Honestly, the 6 ball is really big. He's playing the side. I kind of like this. He can use the bottom rail and then use a little check side and come back up. Or if he fancies the side pocket even, but it looks like it's got a small passage for the 6 ball there. Otherwise, he could use the bottom rail and go to the short side.
That's what makes this game so fascinating, isn't it, Mika? There's never a right or a wrong way. It's just how the player actually feels the shot.
Yeah, and he's landed short here, and this is not a great position to be in because you've gone away from the 6, and it's not a full pocket anyway, so it's a bit dicey, I'd say. Can he just slow roll it and accept the angle?
Behind. Oh,
he's smashing it.
Stop it, please.
That was so difficult to do from that position. Unbelievable.
He's even caught the near point of the pocket as well, and it's just slid in. Caught the other knuckle also. Well, both players now coming with some really good outs.
Yeah, the precision on that was insane. Especially with that speed.
He's going to open up a 2-rack lead, which is a luxury he didn't enjoy in the first set. This has got the makings of a great, great final between two great, great players.
I feel like maybe it wasn't necessary to see if the 10 was frozen there. I don't know, just maybe a little...
Yeah, Carlo having a little bit of a laugh about it. Let's say it's a bit strange, Mika. I can think of some players that might not like that very much.
Yeah, but luckily it was just easy enough and close enough to the pocket. But I just feel like it was just the overexerting your efforts from the referee's point of view.
Yeah, it's an interesting subject though, Mika. I'd just like to talk about that very, very quickly because there has been lots of talk in social media about the referees in this tournament maybe being a little bit too strict and by the book, but that's what rules are for. And if we could to take this sport forward, you know, in a professional way, and we all want the big money, we all want the big prizes and the big sponsors coming in, and the only way we're going to get that is by people taking the sport seriously. And that's why rules are there. They have to be followed. And players need to know the rules. They need to brush up on the rules. And, you know, for the quality and the future of the game, I'm a big fan of it, to be honest. How do you feel?
Yeah, you're not wrong. And you never know. Something really funny could happen. You could miscue and the ball could just, like, you know, claw its way, like, really slowly onto the ball and never hit another rail if it was frozen. So you never know. I guess it's a good reflex for the referee to have to always check if the ball's frozen. Yeah,
consistency I think is what we need in pool, and that is a good step towards it in my opinion. Anyway, he's made a nice ball in the side. Unfortunately, no look at the 1 ball, so a push out, Mika. What's the secret to a good push out? Come on, give us your vast knowledge on this subject.
Well, just off you know, the top of my head, I mean, obviously you don't want to sell out anything easy, and I definitely do not want to leave a clear shot. So if anything, I might leave a bank, but I'm not going to leave a shot, even if it's difficult. I don't want to leave a shot that's straightforward, makeable.
And how much when you're deciding, sorry to interrupt you, just when you're actually thinking through the process of the push out, how much thought are you actually putting into, right, if he gives this back to me, this is what I'm going to do? Do you always have a plan B in case they give it back? Or is it just kind of see what happens?
Well, you always want to have a plan, but you can also kind of maybe bluff and then, dare the other players to go for something like this. But like, I feel like Carlo there left this shot on and a little too easy, and that's something I wouldn't do. Like it's cost me some games. I'll give you an example. I was playing Shannon Dalton in the World Championships 2002. I'm defending champion. We're in the first single knockout round, I think. I was up 8-5, and I pushed to a very difficult shot, but it was it was a makeable shot, and then Shannon cut it in, and ends up like running out the last three, and I never got back to the table. So since then, I've never pushed to a shot that's makeable, like straight in. Live and learn.
Yeah, good advice. Exactly. As long as you learn from them, you never did that again.
And then, perfect example here. He pushed to a shot that was makeable, and he's losing his rack. You can't dare quality players like this to take a shot on like that. They feel like it was just a bonus. Might as well go for it. He's not going to give it back.
Yeah, and he has been making some quite difficult balls as well, hasn't he, Lee Van? So he was always going to take that one on. So it's hard to know what Carlo might have been thinking there.
Yeah.
Wants us to bounce though.
This is tough here. Fairly straight in, long distance. You may have to draw the ball even, just straight back. Oh, he stunned it beautifully, look at that.
Showing everyone why he's in the final. I mean, he really is playing some amazing stuff right now, as all his victims this week will attest to. Really is playing some great stuff, and when this 10 goes in, we're going to go out very, very quickly. But don't go too far, guys. Go and stick the kettle on quickly, make yourselves a cup of tea. We'll be back with the remainder of this match after a quick one.
And Cheska Centeno, Women's World Pinball Champion.
A 9-0 win over Ali Fisher.
Shane Pandoning, our World 8-ball champion.
The Wisconsin Open Champion,
Joshua Phillips.
Happy for him, and also he's played great all week, hasn't he?
Michigan Champion for the second time in a row.
Victor Solinsky goes back-to-back in Vegas.
Junior Championship.
Yannick Congress is on team, world champion, under 19.
Wisconsin Women's Open Champion.
Puerto Rican Open Women's 10-ball champion. Team Germany, our world team champions.
Welcome back just in time for Lee Van Corteza's break. And I just want to touch on the subject there. During those clips, you may have heard the voice of probably the most famous pool referee in the world, John Lehman, who's having his own health issues at the moment. That's why he's not here. And we're sending lots of warm wishes to you, John. And we're sending you a hug, just like Joshua Filler was giving wife and Maurice Newshausen there. Good character in the game, Mika, John Lehman.
Yeah, definitely. Also, I've known John for a long time. He's a fellow New Yorker. Been around the scene for almost 30 years, you know, around the game, and so he's definitely a character and a force to be reckoned with, and we wish him well in his road to recovery. And what's happening here? It's a bit wild there, and he's got a little lucky there with what is left for Carlo.
What, is there a way through to this one, Ball?
I think
there is.
there
He's
might
called it.
be, but how about position play? It's just like you gotta thread the needle to come out of that jam, and then you gotta hit it hard too.
I was going to say, clip off the 3 or the 7 and open the 7 up as well, the 7-3, but that's unlucky, isn't it?
Yeah.
That was the problem.
Well, you know, that was the problem. I can't really call it unlucky. It's just it was just a very tough situation to be in, and then maybe he thought he was gonna have a bit more draw on it and come out of it, even touching the cluster. But I feel like he's got a good chance here if he can come up with a jump. It's natural. The position just to stay on the 3 is there. We'll see. Wow.
I love
Look for a moment.
I love the way he just threw. I love the way he threw the butt on the floor there, Mika. He took the part of the jump stick off the air rush and just chucked it on the floor. Come on, Carlo.
Yeah, well, there's no time to waste with this format. You're under the clock, the pressure, and you know,
That's true.
We could deal with it after the rack.
It is made of tough stuff, isn't it? Carbon fibre, of course, the air rush.
Yeah, those are, you know, basically indestructible. Would be a different story with the wood shaft. He needs to produce a bit of an angle here on the 6, and then he should be clear.
Straightforward draw with the 3-1-4.
Yeah. Touch, let it a little short there, but should be okay. It's not natural to go forward because the 10's there. I mean, normally it would come 3 rails around, but maybe has to put a little bit of check side.
That's what he did.
This is a nice comfortable angle. Just straight top, touch left.
And this is to get on the hill, Mika. We could be at 1 set all very, very soon. Deciding set. And remember, if the deciding set goes to 3-3, we will see a shootout.
Yeah, they're both producing some magical stuff, and this was by no means an easy out. Like, remember the first shot, and he hooked himself, and then he ends up jumping it in. Perfect position. Tossing the jump cue into the corner.
Yeah, great stuff. And there's more great stuff to come as well later on today, 8 p.m. local time. Cheska Centeno, another amazing talent from the Philippines. The Flash, reigning 10-ball women's champion as well, don't forget. she will be up against the legend Siming Chen. Now, how nice is it to see Siming back in the women's game, Mika? I mean, what a great talent she is. World champion, of course.
Yeah, it's definitely a deserving final between those two, and Chen's been around a little bit longer, and she's such a solid player mentally and just technically, and it'll be interesting to see because they're both just in top form. Who do you think, if you wanted to name a favorite there for the women's?
Well, if you put it down to waistcoats, you know, vests and dress, Siming Chen definitely gets it. She's got a lovely white waistcoat that she's been wearing. As far as talent is concerned, well, pretty even there. But Cheska, I think this is the big thing with Cheska. She's just fearless. I mean, even in the shootout against Seosewa, the defending champion, in the semi-final Mika, she went 4 out of 4 and just knocks them in as if they're just hangers, you know, just absolutely fearless. 24-year-old, I mean, world at her feet, and almost gave the game up, you know, a few years ago because she wasn't getting anywhere. And Rubelin Armit talked her into sticking with it.
Yeah, truly such a natural talent, and you're right, she doesn't seem to have any worry, no fear when she's playing. Now, has Leland just left the window there?
He gave a little point, didn't he, as he walked past, as if to say, I can't believe it, he can see it. And if he can,
Yeah, the
2 ball
hand gesture.
waiting as well.
Yeah, there's a question of millimeters right there. Huh. You may have to play safe off the 3 ball here. There's nothing you can do position-wise. There's plenty of blockers there. A touch short of a perfect safe. This is fairly easy to kick. And even create separation, maybe. I like putting a little bit of right spin and hitting the 3 for after 1 rail and maybe going behind 5. Use the 8 and 5 as blockers. Well, he's hit it harder, but look at how beautifully that's turned out.
Amazing.
Brilliant.
Demonstration once again of these amazing Filipinos. They really are one of a kind, aren't they?
Yeah, and then I feel like Carlo should have been playing a better safe there. He wanted to land on top of the 9 and not leaving an easy 1 rail escape. And, now he's paying the price here. Maybe trying to tie up the balls, but he's not hit it hard enough. And that's going to probably cost him this rack, to be honest.
For those of you new to 10 ball, you can play a deliberate foul. And he was just trying to tie the 5-9 up, but he didn't do it very well. So this is a big chance for Levan to get back into this set. 3-1 down. He's already 1 set up. So a little bit of a misjudgment there, Mika, from the Black Tiger.
Yeah. See how Levan's going to manage this position play, because it's a bit tricky to get on the 6. may have to leave an angle on this on the 6 and just, you know, take the shot. You know, just draw back here, leave the cue ball by near the side pocket. Oh, he's elected to follow. That was good. I didn't think he had that available there. That's works.
So many pros in their apprenticeship years choose to go to the Mecca of pool, as it's called, in the Philippines to learn their trade. I know Mika's done it many times. I get pros coming up to me all the time and saying, would you advise me to go? You know, the younger pros coming through Mika. And my advice is go really over there because, you know,
it's a no-brainer. You have to make that pilgrimage.
Yeah, that's the term. That's the perfect way to describe it. Go and pay pilgrimage to the greatest. A little bit short here.
Yeah, he's fine. It's better to land short than go too far in this case.
Once again, that wasn't a straightforward out, but it was made a little bit easier with the ball in hand that Carlo Biado gave away. And he will be breaking to go heel-heel in this second set. It could be the last set of this year's final. $30,000, Mika, up for grabs. Not bad prize money.
Yeah, what did you say? It was 1.7 million pesos?
Yeah, just under 1.7 million Filipino pesos. That will get you a few balut and some pork adobo, won't it?
Indeed. Maybe even some lechon.
I love a bit of lechon.
Cebu style.
Yeah, I spent a lovely year in Cebu. I actually bought a motorcycle in Cebu back in 2016 and I rode around the whole island over the course of a year.
Yeah, I prefer the Cebu style lechon because it's just the crispy skin and it doesn't really require any sauce. It's just good on its own.
Welcome to the travel
sure
show with
Anthony
Mika
Burden would have agreed.
Mark White. Yeah, exactly. Back to the serious stuff then.
And look at this break he's produced. Wide open, looking to go hill the second set and possibly breaking for the tournament win.
Yeah, the best break of the match so far, without a doubt. Perfect layout. And judging by the outs he's already struggled through Mika earlier in the match, this is a little bit of an easier one, isn't it? Although nothing's easy.
Should be a formality, but yeah, just he wants to stay composed, not get ahead of himself.
I'm not sure what odds you might have got on Lee Van Corteza winning this at the start of the tournament. But those on the inside know him very, very well and they know how dangerous he is. Just ask Jason Short, who went down to him, I think it was 9-1, Mika, at the US Open a couple of years ago.
Yeah, just Levin is a very dangerous offensive player and creative with, as you've seen, the kick shots and defense. He's just got the all-round solid game.
Stole angle there.
He caught it a little bit full, and he hasn't. It's not like ideal. There's a little bit less angle than what he probably wanted, but he's been piercing these balls in high speed. And again, he's recovered well.
The shirt he's got on is kind of like the shirts you see from the teams that we've got playing here. It looks like he's just wandered off the table from one of the outside tables, but he's proving he is the man of the moment. What a great break and run. The first one of the match, I think it was, from Levan Corteza. And it puts him hill with a chance to break for the title, Mika.
Yeah, he's put himself in a great position here, and we'll see. Come down to this next break, what the future holds. If Carlo can get out of his seat at all, we'll see. He's been. It's not a comfortable place to be in. I'll tell you that much.
Two proud Filipinos sat in this arena. There'll be another one at 8 p.m. local time. Cheska Centeno will go up against Siming Cheng for the women's Las Vegas Open title. Don't forget, go and get a bit of lunch, guys.
Yeah, in the Philippines, right? Lunch break. But like you said, that shirt is very colorful, and who knows, it might become his lucky shirt. We'll see more of that probably in the future.
Are you superstitious, Mika? Do you have a favorite pair of socks that you always wear when you play, or a favorite shirt?
I wouldn't say I'm superstitious, no. Yeah. I don't want to put myself in that position to start even thinking anything outside of forces commanding anything of my destiny.
Yeah, it's always been a thought in my head. I remember seeing What's in the Bag with Francisco Sanchez Ruiz, and he had about 6 lucky charms in it. I thought, well, what happens if you ever misplace one, or, you know, it ruined me.
Well, maybe it's something I should look into then. He's been doing so well. And how has Carlo landed on the 2 here? It is. Oh, can you see it? Just barely, maybe. Wow.
Just twisting it round with a little bit of left-hand spin.
That was an amazing shot earlier, like just to get there. But he's landed a little funny on the 3. Just a little short. And he's still got a cluster to work out there. The 6-7 is definitely going to pose a little bit of a dilemma.
We've only had the one rack so far that was kind of a straightforward run. That was the last one. Every other one has had its problems. And it's the 6-7 in this particular instance.
Yeah, and that's gonna that's a sigh of relief from Lieben's point of view that, you know, that he's probably going to get to the table one way or the other. I don't see an offensive outcome here to break the cluster either, so unless Carlo has something I can't see, you know, he's going to play safe. Could he draw and end up opening the cluster? I feel like he managed something here.
Oh, he's miscued. Yeah, a lot of body movement there, Mika. Stretching as well. Head came up, cue came up. Now then, is that his last shot?
Yeah, does that cost him the championship?
You see his head visible.
Does Lieven have an angle to go in to rails force follow? Wow.
He does. He does.
Oh,
what a shot.
Look at that. That's championship shot right there. Incredible. Incredible.
Wow.
Oh, knows it.
For me,
It's
and
done.
it's behind the back as well, look.
And he's not showing off. That's actually something he does all the time. Naturally. What a commanding performance from Lieven here. And that beautiful breakout shot definitely earned him the title.
Wow, just this temple. He's overrun it slightly, but he's okay.
Yeah, he's totally
Having a little
okay.
bit of fun with the crowd. Yeah, he's okay. Well, what a great final this has been, and Lieven Corteza showing us exactly why he's got to the final. What a demonstration of the safety game, of amazing positional shots, nudging balls out here and there, and our 2024 Las Vegas Men's Open Championship is Lieven Corteza. Thanks to Rums of Puerto Rico, we're going to be coming back with a presentation ceremony very, very shortly. I want to say thank you so much. It's been an absolute honour to commentate with the legend, the Iceman, Mika Immonen. Join us after a very, very short break for the presentation of the trophy to the champion, Lieven Corteza.
All right. Don't go
Yeah, thank you,
anywhere.
Mark.
Back
That was a
in
pleasure to
2 minutes
watch.
for the ceremony, so keep those seats warm,
See
ladies and
you
gentlemen.
in the very near future. And thank you, guys, from the audience. Appreciate you being here.
And Jessica Centeno, Women's World Timball Champion.
over Ali Fisher. Shane Van Boning, our world 8-ball champion.
The Wisconsin Open champion, Joshua Phillips.
Happy for him, and also he's played great all week, hasn't he?
Michigan champion for the second time in a row.
Victor Solinsky goes back-to-back in Vegas.
Junior championship.
Yannick Bongers is our new world champion, under 19.
Wisconsin Women's Open champion.
Puerto Rican Open women's 10-ball champion. Team Germany, our world team champions. Solinsky goes back-to-back in Vegas. Here it is.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2024 Las Vegas Open Awards Ceremony. We are hosted at the CSI Expo in the Rio All-Suite Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada. Our founding partners are the Predator Group and Esports International. Our title sponsor for this event is Rums of Puerto Rico. Our official partners are Yalin, Muy Brand, Nadalia Light, Rums of Puerto Rico, and Samsung TV. Our event is played on the best equipment in the world. Predator Apex Pro pool tables covered with Predator Arcadia Performance Cloth with Predator Arcos II balls and under the Predator Aerorack glass. Right now, I'd like to introduce our dignitaries for the event's presentation. Representing the Predator Group, Mr. Karim Belha. Representing Esports International, Mr. Ozzy Reynolds. And introducing our runner-up in a game well played, the Black Tiger, Carlo Biado. All right, the moment you're waiting for, our 2024 Rums of Puerto Rico Las Vegas Open champion, Lee Van Corteza. Mr. Reynolds will present the trophy. Mr. Belhodge will present the check.
Although my wife Wants to check back, sword.
Our 2024 Las Vegas Open champion, everyone, Carlo, Biado. Oh, I'm sorry. Mr. Lee Van Corteza. Uh-oh, first down the job last time. Okay, this concludes our trophy ceremony. Thank you again to all the partners and sponsors who made this event possible. Join us tomorrow for the 8 exciting pairings playing in the one-day Apex Mixed Double Invitational. And on February 27th, we will be back in the Predator Pro Arena with PBS Women's Showdown and the 2024 Predator WPA World 10-Ball Championships. All right, don't go anywhere. The women's finals will be at 8 p.m. tonight.